Hello everyone and welcome to the Scandi Reviews podcast.
Sam, wait, sorry, before we start, I have a surprise for today's episode.
Okay.
Let me just get up. That audio is going to be horrific because I just threw my mic everywhere. Close your eyes and hold out your hands. Okay. Now open them.
Whoa.
Look at that. It's a film podcast and we have clapper
Wait,
boards.
hang
That's
on.
so professional.
Hang on.
Oh, dip.
Alright,
I wonder what this will be.
Ben, close your eyes and open your hands. Open wide. We've both got clapper
That's
boards.
mine.
That's yours.
Damn, that's so professional.
I know. Alright, action.
Okay, I think we can start the podcast.
We can start the
now.
podcast now.
And action.
Okay, welcome to the Scandi Reviews
Okay.
podcast. I am Sam Much and I am joined by my lovely co-host.
Ben Ironside, and I have a cup of tea this episode
And I don't.
because I thought I'd spice it up. Yeah.
Alright, so...
Um,
carry on.
sorry. We had a bit of feedback from the last episode, which has been up for like a day. And one of the main criticisms was it was too long, at an hour and a half. So, in spite of that criticism, we're now glad to announce we're going to make the podcast 4 hours long. Woo!
Yeah, special
Let me check
announcement.
what percent of the day that is. Yeah, I'll check.
A lot of
what
percent of the day.
that
We'll be
is.
going until 8, which I don't want to do.
Yeah. Oh no, I messed up the.
Yeah, so basically,
I can't do maths.
we've heard one person's criticisms, and we decided to take that into account. So this is going to be an extra long episode for you guys.
Yeah, you're gonna either waste 16.6, a lot of sixes, percent of your day listening to us moan about films that we don't like and praise films we do like, or you're gonna spend 16 point a lot of sixes percent of your day listening to us discuss everything we love.
We guarantee that
So-
this is going to be the best 16.666% of your day that you
It's
will
a lot
ever
of sixes.
spend. A lot
Yeah.
of sixes.
And that'll be every subsequent episode.
Yes.
I said subsequent a lot in the past couple of days, and that was very strange.
All
By
right.
a lot, I mean twice.
All right, Ben. So what are we doing today?
Today, because I am not original, we're going to be ripping off the BBC, and, well, we're inspired by them. We're going to do a Desert Island Discs episode. So, I'll just open what I wrote. We're going to pick films, TV series, books, video games, and albums that we would take if we were to be stranded on a desert island.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Because the theme of this week's episode is our favourite films, because we just wanted to take a back seat because we're rolling.
Yeah, we're just cruising.
Yeah. And then we also have some just general film questions from the lovely followers of Scandi Reviews that we can get into after we've done this. So before we get into that, should we get into that first, or do some little preguntas?
Yeah, we can't steal that. We can't steal that.
Yeah, we can't.
All right.
steal
Yeah.
that.
How about
I'm
we
sorry,
do
I mean,
one or two questions, then get into it, and then
yeah, I'm
round it
so
off.
sorry. I feel like I've ruined the illusion of Scandi Reviews now. We're not ripping off Gus and Eddie. We're just inspired.
Yeah,
by
we're just
them.
inspired by Gus and Eddie's podcast. All right. What have we got for
Okay.
our question one?
Well, I think a good one to start off with is, which actor / director would you like to see in the same movie?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is not that we've already seen in a movie.
I think so. Or we could do if there was an actor and director in a bad film that you'd want to see improve a film. I don't know. I'm not actually quite sure on this one.
Let's think. Are we doing current or for all time?
Or I think all time, because that
Okay.
would be really good.
Uh, let's think.
I'm not too sure.
I'm gonna pick the most cop-out answer to start us off, and I'm gonna pick my favorite
Yeah,
director and my favorite actor.
I respect
And
that.
on that note, I would have liked to see James Stewart in a Stanley Kubrick film. Not for any reason,
That's a strong
just
answer.
because I love James Stewart and I love Stanley Kubrick. And
Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite actor, but someone that's up there in my favorite actors is Harrison Ford.
oh yeah, yeah.
And I don't know what director's film I'd like to see him in, because he's been in a lot of
hmm
films. But I think him in a Taika Waititi film would be
I think
very
that'd be
interesting.
fun.
Yeah, that because he's effortlessly hilarious, and Taika just lets big actors shine, like he did with Jeff Goldblum in Ragnarok. And here we are again, me droning on about the
Marvel.
MCU. Yeah, it's
I
like
feel like Taika can get the best out of anyone, really.
yeah,
Because like a
but
lot of the actors he's worked with aren't well known at all, but it's just his just
yeah,
way of storytelling. He's just got
mm,
such a natural sort of comedy to him. You know,
yeah.
he
I'm
directed
I'm trying to think.
an episode of, or I don't know if it was just one, but he directed some of the Flight of the Conchords episodes. With
I've still
it's like the best show
got to
ever.
watch Flight of
Honestly,
the
it's like the
Conchords.
funniest thing.
Yeah, I've listened. I think we listened to the dinosaurs rapping
Oh yeah,
when I was at yours once, and
Rhinoceros
that was about
versus
it.
Hip Hoppopotamus.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so good.
Um, so good. We should try and do that with the Scandi boys.
100%.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. I can't actually think of any other directors and actors I'd like to see work together.
Mm.
Because I did immediately think Tobey Maguire, because he's also one of my favorite actors in a Scorsese film, but that just wouldn't work. I don't feel like that would go very well.
Hmm.
I don't know. Could work. Ray Romano was in a Scorsese film, and that worked, but I don't think Toby could pull it off.
I'm trying to think. Um, I I quite like when like comedic actors do serious roles. So
Yeah.
imagine putting. I don't know if this would actually work or if this is just me being stupid,
hmm
but imagine someone. Imagine Kevin Hart in a Peele horror film.
Oh God, I don't want to
I don't
imagine
want to
that.
imagine that either.
I really don't want to imagine that.
I'm not a big fan of Kevin Hart, but I just think that'd be quite funny.
Yeah. I did watch some of Kevin Hart's stand-up the other day, just because I had nothing else to watch. So I watched a couple of videos of his stand-up, and I prefer him a lot more when he's doing stand-up than when he's acting.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Although
fan.
he kind of does the same thing in both. He just screams
That's the
and then pulls a funny face.
that's why I don't think it, because I feel like a lot of actors can do really well in, like, comedic actors can do really well in serious roles,
Yeah,
and he might have done already. I just don't watch a lot of Kevin Hart films, but I don't know. I just
yeah,
don't see it working as well. I just think it'd be quite funny to see what it would be like.
yeah. In one of his many films with The Rock, I don't actually know what one it is, but he's quite a good. He does quite a good performance in that,
Yeah.
and I can't remember what it is, so I might look it up and then
Hmm.
just discuss it later on. But I'm not sure.
Or other
I can't
like
really think of any others.
comedic actors who could be in a serious role.
I don't know. I'd like to see Andy Samberg in a lot more films.
With who? What director?
I don't know. I like because Adam Sandler did Uncut Gems, and
That was really good.
that was really good for him. But I'd like to see Andy Samberg in something like that, like I don't know, Clint Eastwood film.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What about what about
that would be really strange.
what about putting someone like Will Ferrell in a Noah Baumbach film?
Oh, yeah. Or well, no, I don't think that would be very good. But John C. Riley, I think, because he's
Well, John C. Riley's
incredible
way
in
better when
everything.
he's serious than when he's not.
Yeah.
I saw him in that Laurel and Hardy film, Stan and Ollie. I think I watched it last
Yeah.
year, and he played Oliver Hardy in it, and he was honestly so good. It was him and Steve
Yeah.
Coogan.
Yeah, I watched Step Brothers a couple of months ago, and Will Ferrell has just been loud, but John C. Reilly actually does a really good performance in that.
John C. Reilly's really
And
good in some things.
his drumming is incredible. His drumming damn near made me cry in the last scene where Will Ferrell's singing, oh, I don't know, an opera song.
Is it actually him drumming?
Yeah, it is.
Ah.
It's amazing.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's Will Ferrell singing as well, and it just made me nearly tear up.
Yeah. I feel like I've done.
But that's
Most of my answers are not serious. They're just like, imagine this.
yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
trying to think of more. Can't really.
How about we just
think.
do?
Jola Truglio in. I don't know. An MCU film. That'd be fun.
MCU.
Yeah, I'd love to see him take up the mantle of Captain America. Like, instead of it being the Winter Soldier or Falcon, it's just Charles Boyle from Brooklyn Nine-Nine pulls up. But you'd have to be Charles Boyle for it.
I couldn't see him as anything
and
else.
not, yeah.
I've seen him in a couple of other things, but I'm always just like, oh, that's Charles Boyle.
Yeah. Andre Braugher, I think he'd be quite good in. Who directed Airplane?
I don't remember.
Ah.
Are we just?
Well, the director or directors of Airplane.
Are we just naming
Andre Braugher.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine characters?
I think that's what I've gone into.
How about
So shall we move on?
we'll
to
move on to a different question
question
before we go too off topic.
So we don't make this into so we don't turn this into a Brooklyn Nine-Nine podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Which directors can you tell have made a specific film?
I can always tell when a film is by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, and Wes Anderson.
Oh yeah, obviously. I remember, like,
And Sam Raimi.
you can always tell when Quentin Tarantino's got his fingerprints on something, because True Romance isn't even directed by him. I think it's written by Tarantino. When I watched it, I thought it was directed by him, because you can just like, it just has that feel.
You know it's Tarantino. I think he wrote the script and then sold it to whichever production company.
That's such a good
released
film,
it.
though.
And then with the money, I'm pretty sure with the money he got from selling the script, he was able to make or start producing Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
think
that.
that's just something I learned.
Yeah, True Romance is a really good
film
film,
club.
though.
Yeah, I've not seen it. I've seen it on. It's been on Netflix for a while, but I've just not watched it yet. Probably should.
I'm a big fan of Christian Slater. He's got such a funny accent.
Yeah.
I can do his accent quite well, but I don't really want to.
Okay.
Who else? I'm looking around at all my movie posters for inspiration.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about Spider-Man again, because you can always tell when Sam Raimi does a film, because it's just inspired by horror.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. And it's always very campy, which is amazing.
Edgar Wright?
Yeah. Oh, Edgar Wright's incredible.
Oh.
We should do like a whole new podcast just dedicated to Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright is just consistently
That'll-
great.
Yeah.
I've seen... How many films of him have I seen? Like 5 or 6? I can't remember how many he's even made, but I've loved every single one of them that I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good.
Seth Rogen always makes a particular type of film that I'm not a big fan of, but you can always
It's
tell
like
it's him
stoner
'cause
comedy.
He uses the same actors
Yeah.
all the time.
I don't think I've seen that.
But-
Many. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Uh, who else?
George Lucas, when he makes a film, it's never complete, and he just adds new stuff to it every other year.
Oh,
I
goodness.
don't want to get exposed for the way I hold a cup.
Is that not a normal way to hold a cup?
Yeah, but I just don't want. I don't want us to be made into memes because of the way I hold a cup.
I
in a
don't know if
podcast.
there's a huge chance of that happening. I don't.
Yeah.
Waiting,
hope not.
waiting.
Oh, Michael Bay. There's always explosions and unnecessary explosions in his films.
Explosions and like just unnecessary sexualization of
Yeah.
random women.
Yeah.
Man, I hate Michael Bay.
Zack Snyder's films are always really, really, really dark.
I have not seen any of the the DC ones apart from Shazam
Yeah.
and
Shazam.
Wonder
Shazam
Woman.
is
Yeah,
incredible.
I loved Shazam.
Yeah.
It was honestly like, it just felt like a breath of fresh air, because like
Yeah.
I've always avoided every like DC superhero film because I can just tell that I'm not gonna like it. But I went to see
Yeah.
Shazam and it was just like, this is like what I was looking for. Just like
Mhm.
stupid fun.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
It was.
There's a couple of
and
really bad jokes, but apart from that,
yeah.
when he started flossing, I just cringed.
Oh god, yeah, because that was. It came out in the. Was it the May?
I can't remember.
Last year.
I think so, but it was
And then
definitely after flossing died.
Flossing had died, in like the December. Because I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a Christmas release,
Probably.
but they pushed it back
I think
to
so.
try and compete with Endgame. I think.
Hmm.
Because it came out around the time of Endgame. Because I remember, I was really excited because I was like, oh, I get to see Shazam, and then I get to just be excited about Endgame after Shazam, and then after I've seen Endgame, and I'll just never stop thinking about it. But I wasn't able to stop thinking about Shazam after I saw it.
I liked Shazam. I've seen it like 3 times now.
Yeah.
One more director, David Lynch, just bizarre. Just weird.
Yeah. I think. Oh, I don't know if I've seen any of his films.
I've seen Eraserhead, and I can't remember if I've seen more, but I just got Blue Velvet, and I think I've got Mulholland Drive. So I'm, but like that, Eraserhead, I think is his first film. I think I watched. It was the first review that we ever did.
Yeah, I've not seen.
It's
I've not seen Eraserhead.
insane. It's one of the most insane movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for more of the same from what I've seen, but from what I can tell, he's got quite a distinct style. All right.
Yeah.
Should we do another question, or should we go into the meat of the podcast?
Yeah, we'll do one more.
Okay.
And then we'll rip off the BBC.
Okay.
So the next question is, what films should never be rebooted?
Rebooted.
Yeah.
Are we saying because they're so bad or because they're so perfect?
I think we could do both.
I'm gonna go perfect because I don't mind rebooting bad films to make them good. E.T. If they ever do an E.T. reboot,
Oh god.
then that is the death of
alien
cinema.
The alien will be CGI, and they'll probably try and make the alien look hot, and it'll just be an absolute mess.
Sexualize E.T. Damn, E.T.'s thick.
That is what I thought when I saw it. I was like, damn, E.T. kind of got cake. What?
I bet there's some sick person who's seen E.T. and is like, damn, E.T.
Yeah.
E.T.'s looking kind of good though.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I'm just. Oh, people come to our. People come to our podcast for intelligent film talk, and we're talking about dummy thick, the extraterrestrials.
Oh, wait, what if ET stands for extra thick?
Stop. I'll hang up this call and we'll never do a podcast again.
Alright.
Oh my god.
But, back on topic.
Okay. Right, I don't think...
What else should never be rebooted?
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
What's
I don't think they should make another Shining.
They just did a sequel.
I've not seen. Yeah, no, the sequel's fine, but I don't think they should remake it.
I'm not a fan of
And Stand
reboots
By
in
Me.
general, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think the only time when I like reboots are when the original movie has a good concept but it's really bad.
Yeah.
So then if you try and redo the concept in a good way, because I've seen a bunch of films where I'm like, oh, this film has got such a good idea, and if they went this way with it, then it would have been great. But it was just
Yeah,
so bad.
If they were to reboot the B movie and start a B movie cinematic universe, I'd be completely down for that.
Yeah.
That would be incredible.
I think.
Get Jerry Seinfeld back.
Oh no, not Jerry Seinfeld again. Not a big fan.
Yeah, no, I prefer Matthew Broderick to play Barry B. Benson, to be honest.
I could see that.
Oh, speaking of Matthew Broderick, they should never reboot
Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and they shouldn't have made a remake of The Lion King.
Oh yeah, we've already done loads about
Yeah,
The Lion King in the last
We've
podcast.
discussed that.
But rebooting Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller would just be a disaster.
Yeah, that would be awful.
I
'cause
just-
he'd be, like,
Yeah, the only time that I think it's okay to reboot a film, or that I'm be on board with rebooting a film, is when it's like a movie that had so much potential but it wasn't reached. Because a movie that you know has potential, but it doesn't reach that potential is way worse than just a bad film. Because it just frustrates you when we're watching it because you're like, this was a good idea.
Mm. I think as well, movies that shouldn't be rebooted are like ones that were perfect for the time they were released in.
Yeah.
Because if they were to do a re-release of The Goonies, then that would be horrific.
There's a lot of films that just wouldn't work into today's
and
world.
Gremlins, I don't think that would work.
Yeah, no, not this with the same sort of setup, I think.
Yeah.
Because like there's
Jaws maybe.
there is a lot of films
Jaws
that
wouldn't work.
there's a lot of films that were like that are classics and we know that they're okay for the time, but if they made them just now, just because it's a different world, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because if they were to remake Jaws, they'd just like get a little drone to launch a missile at the shark, and it would be the end. Roll credits.
I don't know if that would be very
Everyone go home.
humanitarian.
No.
But
Oh no, but then they could make a reboot of that, and they could make a documentary, and there would just be so much money around it.
they've already
Yeah,
done
they
like
would
5
fly on
Jaws
it.
films. Jeez.
Yeah. And then they would do a making of the Jaws reboot with James Franco playing the shark, just like the Disaster Artist.
Oh no.
Oh, I think The Room. The Room shouldn't be rebooted.
I think that's magic in a bottle. You can't
Yeah, it is.
recapture that. That's like
No.
something different.
You can't rush art.
Exactly.
Toy Story. That shouldn't be
Well, I don't think they would reboot.
rebooted. Because
I hope
I
they
don't
wouldn't
think they
reboot.
would, but I hope they just leave it at 4, and then they're just like, yep, no more
Yeah,
Toy Story.
I love the original
We've
trilogy
had
and
it,
I
they
loved
can-
4 as well.
Yeah. They can make sure I had a look on Disney Plus this morning because I wanted to watch a film. And I looked through Pixar, and there were loads of Forky short films,
Really?
and they were really just trying to dry it out before
Yeah.
the buzz for
I
it
never
left.
heard of them. So yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know if
that's-
they'd be pushing them very much.
No, I didn't watch any of them.
I-
I think one film that should be rebooted but also made into a live action remake is Ratatouille, because I would love that.
Just real rats.
Yeah. Well, no, because they could make it like The Lion King, where they make it look so realistic that it's disgusting,
Oh.
and then like recreate Linguini, is that his name,
I think so.
with his like massive face and out of proportion body, and then just have a disgusting rat just in his hair. That would be good.
I feel that sounds like some sort of like Adult Swim parody of Ratatouille or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and I had to look, just because, sorry, this isn't on topic at all, but Ian Holm was in Ratatouille, I think.
Oh, was it?
He was Skinner. Yeah,
Ah,
I'll triple check because I could have just not seen that. It could be a completely different film.
I think
Ratatouille.
I don't like all the Disney reboots that they're doing as well.
Yeah,
Like
but
they just keep making them.
Mhm.
I feel like it's
I
losing a
don't
lot.
think we helped. We kind of added to the problem by going to see Lion King.
Yeah, I know.
Although we did laugh at it,
We did laugh at it a lot,
but
and we
yeah.
heavily slated it and told everyone it was awful.
yeah,
So maybe
Yeah.
us going made a lot of other people not go.
yeah, yeah. Ian Holm played Skinner.
Ah, yeah, I didn't know that at all. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Ratatouille in
Patton
so long.
Oswalt played Remy.
Patton
We need
Oswalt
Charlie
pops up
to review
everywhere.
it soon. Patton Oswalt's incredible.
He's just in everything.
I think he's one of my favorite voice actors because his voice is just so soothing. I was watching Ratatouille this morning, and I usually don't like narration in films.
Mm.
That I said narration really weirdly. I didn't like that, but I don't usually like it. But his voice is just so calming. It's quite good.
I see him pop up everywhere in like little cameos.
Yeah,
It's quite funny.
yeah. He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, so he is.
Yeah, and he's in the Goldbergs. He plays, like the older, like the old man version of Adam F. Goldberg
I haven't seen the Goldbergs.
in the Goldbergs. It's very good.
Yeah, I need to. I don't watch enough
Yeah.
TV.
No,
I don't watch like any.
I've stopped watching TV. I binged New Girl and just left my TV watching that.
Yeah, I need to see more. I'm bad at it.
Yeah.
All right, should we get on to our Desert Island discs?
Yes, I'll go into our chat and then select a random thing. So, I think we're gonna do 2 books because I can barely read, and I only like about 2 books. But I think we should just do it loosely, so we can take our favourites with us. It doesn't have to be just the 2. And then as well, I forgot to mention, we should have one wild card, which is just anything else you want to bring with you.
Okay. Yeah.
That isn't like a boat to get off the desert island,
Oh.
or an
Like a-
axe to cut down trees and get firewood. So it's gonna be 2 books or however many you want, 3 albums or however many you want.
I feel like we should stick
It's
to the
like
numbers,
Superman.
or else we'll just keep going.
Yeah. 5 movies and then a couple of TV series and a couple of games. And the TV series is just the entire series, not just one season of a show.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so shall we start with albums, because we don't talk about music a lot.
All right. Wait, how many albums was it?
3.
Ooh. All right. Have you got one? We'll interchange.
I have one. Yeah. I've got it on my t-shirt actually. It's the Revolver album by the Beatles.
Classic. I was thinking about choosing that.
Yeah. Should I? Oh no. Have you got one now?
Wait, are we going on?
Because I've got all 3.
Are we going on the same island?
No.
Okay.
No, I think we're in like neighbouring islands.
All right. Talk about Revolver then.
'Cause
Tell us why you're gonna pick it.
Well, it's my favourite Beatles album.
Fair.
It was Abbey Road, and then I listened to Revolver a lot more times than I had listened to Abbey Road, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure, love it.
Yeah. I was gonna pick Revolver,
I
but
don't
just
know.
for
It's just
like to be contrary, I'll take
yeah.
Sergeant Pepper. Another Beatles album.
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
like 4 favorite Beatles albums, and I feel like I would
mine-
put all of them on before any other ones, but I feel
My-
like for some diversity.
my favourite Beatles albums just switch from whichever one I've listened to that day.
That's same with me. I've got
Yeah.
I've got 4. Yeah, I've got 4 favorite Beatles albums, but I like all of them.
Yeah, I saw someone had edited the Liverpool team into the Sgt. Pepper's
Oh, that's cool.
album cover, and it was beautiful.
We just got a jigsaw, and we've been doing it's the Sergeant Pepper album cover, And honestly, those flowers
Yeah.
at the bottom are the hardest thing ever.
Oh my god.
They just all look the
I've
same.
got in my vinyl of Sergeant Pepper's, I got like cut out masks that you can get, I think,
Yeah.
and then I think maybe posters that I could like stick up.
I had a Sergeant Pepper poster in my room, but it's gone. I don't know where it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. I might actually. I'm gonna stick it on my record player once we finish this, so we don't get copyrighted.
Yeah, actually,
Um.
I got like a special edition one with the album cover on the
Yeah.
LP. It's quite cool.
Yeah.
I haven't played it in ages, actually.
Yeah. I haven't used my record player in ages.
Neither.
I got a new one, and then I got a couple new records, and I just not used it
Yeah, same with me.
because I don't want to. It's like, it's lovely listening to it, but when I want to listen to music, it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So I just put my headphones in.
Same with
and
me.
Lie down.
All right, another
So-
album.
Second album. I'm gonna go with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy
Ooh.
by Kanye.
That's a great
because-
album.
It's not my favorite Kanye album because that is Life of Pablo, but I think Life of Pablo is far too big, so I want to try and be pretentious. And as well, I think Blame Game is
Oh, Blame Game's so
Kanye
good.
and John Legend. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a song. It's just an experience
Yeah,
to listen to it.
yeah.
I was listening to it one night. I went for a cycle, and I was just, I was coming down a hill, and I had it on, and it was just so surreal.
Yeah. I think that might be my favorite Kanye album. That or
Yeah,
what, Late Registration.
yeah,
They're my two favorites because I don't listen to a lot of the
That's
other
good.
ones.
yeah. No, I've got them all downloaded, but I listened to Life of Pablo,
Yeah,
Jesus is King,
Hmm.
and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a lot.
yeah. Oh, second album. If we're, I'm
Second
gonna try
album.
and stick to a similar theme.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put See, I'm between two.
Mhm.
For the second one.
We could do 4, because I can't decide what my last one will be, so we could do 4, because we don't actually have a category that's 4. of
All right,
one
all right.
thing.
We'll do 4 then. All right, so
So we'll
I'll
just do 4
To
albums.
Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar.
That's a strong one.
I
respect that.
think it's the best rap album. That or Illmatic. But I don't think I'll take Illmatic with me.
Oh, okay.
That would be like my fifth choice.
I'm glad you said that.
But
Okay.
I was between. I think it's one of the greatest albums of all time, but I wasn't gonna pick it just because it's
Yeah.
for something to, like, it's not easy listening. A lot of it
Yeah.
because it
I was
tackles a
gonna
lot
say
of
Illmatic
yeah.
for my third one.
It tackles a
I
lot
don't
of
think I will.
tough subjects, but it's just
Yeah.
such a good album. I can't not take it.
Mhm.
What was
Uh,
your
I'm gonna have a look on Spotify because I was gonna pick Illmatic, but
pick Illmatic? I'm not gonna pick
I
Illmatic.
think I won't. No, it's fine. Oh, I might take License to Ill by the Beastie Boys.
Ooh, I like the Beastie Boys.
Just because if I'm on an island on my own, then what better way to spend it than screaming "No Sleep Till Brooklyn"
Oh yeah,
and
that
"Fight for Your Right."
I feel like that could be a scene from a movie.
Yeah,
Someone marooned on a desert island just
What film?
screaming the Beastie Boys.
yeah. A short film time.
Ooh.
Just me screaming "No Sleep Till Brooklyn."
All right.
I think that would actually make quite a good short film.
I think it would. I think you could make a story around
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna think about that.
I might write a script.
Okay.
Or we should have
I'll star in
a
it.
call and just write a script for this. Yeah.
All right. My third one.
Mhm.
This is the one that I was between. With To Pimp a Butterfly, is 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. Just because I think it's such a
Oh,
fun album.
That's strong. Yeah.
It's just, I like every single song on the album.
Yeah.
Even the like 7-8 minute long outro where he's shouting out everyone who worked on the album and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just it's like, because I'm a big fan of rap music, but I'm a big fan of when it's more sort of soulful, and a lot of the album has
Mhm.
that. Same with To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
I just think it's
That's strong.
I like every song on the album for different reasons. Like, No Role Models is just a banger, but then you've got like
Yeah.
all of the more sort of introspective songs.
I listened to. There was a YouTube video and someone recreated January 28th
Oh yeah, that's
on
such a
the
good one.
28th of January. Like he did it with all the instruments and it was very good.
Yeah.
So then, like the day I watched that, I downloaded the album and listened to it, and it
It's
was
so good.
very good. It's very good.
Yeah. All right, what's
Yeah.
your fourth then?
I'm not too sure. I might have to have another look on Spotify.
Mm, shall I say my fourth? Well,
Yeah, just while I have a look, because I don't want to.
yeah, I'd
Waste
just like to
everyone's
say
time.
that I'm refraining from picking more than one Beatles album. But if I wasn't
Yeah,
refraining, then
that's why I'm having
I would
another
possibly just
look.
take four Beatles albums. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Oh no!
What?
I'm between two again, but we can't go to
Oh
five.
God.
Ah.
You could have an honourable mention,
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
All right. Just for a bit more of a contrary option. Is that the
Mhm.
word? Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
maybe.
put "How to Be a Human Being" by Glass Animals.
Okay, I've not heard that.
It's so good.
Right.
I'm a big fan of the band and they're releasing a new album soon. But like
Mhm.
they're sort of a bit of a, I'd say they're a bit of a genre bending
Yeah.
pop group, kind of pop. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put this as my honorable mention, but if I had a redo, then I would replace one of the ones with this because I forgot about it. But I'd put "Disintegration" by The
Mhm.
Cure because I think it's
Okay. Yeah.
such a good album. It's like The Cure are my favorite band besides the Beatles, probably.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm forgetting about someone. I am, but that's okay. All right, yeah, The Cure.
Who were you forgetting?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Right. I think my honourable mention is going to be the Midnight in Paris soundtrack,
Ooh,
just because it's got a lot of Cole Porter,
yeah,
and I do love Cole Porter.
would be nice.
But it's not even him singing.
Yeah.
The guy is Conal Folks, and he's really good.
Yeah. Ah.
So I think I'm not sure what my fourth will be. I still can't decide. I think it's What's the Story, Morning Glory by Oasis.
Mm.
Just for no other reason other than they're one of my favourite bands,
I like Oasis.
and yeah, had to include them.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one?
Books, just so we can get that out of the way,
Okay.
and I don't have to freak out when it comes to it.
Two
So I'll
books.
let you start off.
Can I
Yeah.
choose a series for one of the books?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'd pick Harry Potter. Harry Potter are
Yeah,
my
that's-
favorite.
that's
They're
fair.
my favorite books. I've read them about 6 or 7 times since I was a kid.
Mhm.
Um,
I got to the Order of the Phoenix, and then I stopped reading them.
oh, you should keep going. They're so
Just
good.
because I was so young, and the book was so big. I was like, no, I can't do this.
It is a pretty huge book,
This is
but oh,
acceptable. I can't read all of it.
my childhood, my main media was Harry Potter and the Beatles. That was my main two things.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
the films and the books both hold like a really special place in my heart. I look back on it, the films
Yeah.
didn't get like as good reviews as I thought they would.
No.
But just because
no.
in my
I
eyes I see them as classics, all of them.
Yeah. I had a chat with my mum the other week. We were watching The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I said I'd love to, if I ever get to the point of being big enough to do a TV series, I'd love to do one of Harry Potter,
Yeah.
just to like include everything from the books into the TV series. And then we had a chat about who I'd cast as the wizards.
Who'd you cast?
I'd have Michael Caine as Dumbledore,
I could see that.
which I think would be strong.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
Oh, that's
That was all I
fine,
thought
Dumbledore.
about. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll always
Yeah.
see all the Harry Potter films as classics, even if a lot of them
Yeah.
aren't. And
Yeah, like
I'll always see the
the
books
Goblet of
as
Fire.
I love the Goblet of Fire, even though it's not that rote.
The film was it was one of my favorite films when I was younger,
Mhm.
and then I saw a, a an article or a video essay about it, and the director wanted to make it like a Bollywood film.
Yeah.
Well, he was treating it like a Bollywood film and a Hitchcock
Mm.
thriller at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think Prisoner of Azkaban's the best
Well, it's Alfonso Cuarón. It's
directed
like
film. Yeah.
he's just like
It's
one of
to
the
be
best
expected.
directors working, really.
Mhm.
But I
Yeah.
always had a soft spot for Order of the Phoenix as well.
Yeah,
I can't remember
I think that's
who
good.
directed that. Was it David Yates? David Yates did the last few, but I can't remember if he did
I
Order of
think
the
so.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I'll look.
But like, I don't know, just that I love the story of Order of the Phoenix, and
Mhm.
I like the Umbridge's theme, sort of music will always stick in my head.
Yeah, it was David Yates.
Yeah, I think that was his first film, and you could sort of just tell the sort of change. And
Yeah.
it was just, I don't know, I'll always they'll always be like some of my favorite stuff, the films and the books.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
the books are probably better.
Yeah, definitely, because there's just so much world building.
There's so much stuff that
in them.
could have been really good in the film, but just had to, films, but had to be
Mhm.
cut. Because like the films, I didn't notice them growing up, but they're like long.
Yeah.
They're quite long
Oh,
films.
David Yates' first feature film was The Tichborne Claimant. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And then there was a 9-year gap, and then it was Order of the Phoenix.
Oh,
Yeah.
was he like a
But he did,
producer or something before?
No, he's done a lot of short films.
Oh right.
He's done. Sorry, I had to count. He's directed 6 short films and done quite a few TV
Yeah.
shows. He's directed quite a few of them. But he's done most of the films he's directed are Harry Potter films
Yeah.
and Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, I didn't like the last
Which aren't
Fantastic
good.
Beasts.
Yeah.
I quite liked the first one. I thought it was pretty good. But the last one was just a
I didn't like the
mess.
second one. The second one was
It's
awful.
a total mess. It's honestly one of the
I think.
least enjoyable film experiences I've had, just because I love Harry Potter so much and it was such a disappointment.
I'm trying to think about its redeeming qualities.
Um,
Probably just Eddie Redmayne and Jude Law.
yeah, I
and
like
that's
them.
about it.
Alright, give us a pick.
Ezra Miller's Credence is good. Okay. If we're going series, then I'll pick the. I have to double check. I think it's the Cherub books by Robert Muchamore.
Oh, I don't know if I've read those.
Books. Because there's one series, and it's the. Oh no, it's not that.
What is it?
Oh god. They're set in the Second World War, and it's about a branch of the British Secret Service called Cherub,
Yeah.
and Charles Henderson runs into this runaway 12-year-old French orphan in France, and then they just fight through the Second World War,
Oh, nice.
and they're just really good.
Yeah, I've read a lot of Second World War
Oh,
books,
God.
and they're like some of my favourites.
Yeah.
It's just such a great
Yeah.
setting to set a book.
it's
Really.
it's the Henderson's Boys.
Oh
films.
right. Yeah.
And yeah, I really want them to be turned into films,
Yeah.
because I think they'd just be incredible, because there's so much they could do.
Yeah.
And I had to think a few weeks ago about how I would do it if I was a filmmaker, and there is just so much
Like potential. Yeah.
to make films from. Yeah,
My
because it's
my second book. I think I might pick a non-fiction one.
yeah.
I read there's a really good book by Mark Kermode, who's a film critic.
Mhm. Yeah.
That I've read a couple of his books, and I'd probably take one of them. Or
Yeah.
yeah, I'd probably take one of them. That'll be my pick, just because it's the like detailed, sort of.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a really good read for anyone who's interested in film.
Mhm.
Because he's probably the he's my favourite film critic in Britain, at least.
Yeah.
All right, what about
I
yours?
think for my second one, I haven't read it, but I think if I was stuck in a desert island, I'd have to take The Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant,
Mm-hmm.
just because he's such an inspiration, and
Yeah.
I don't. That's it. He's just an incredible man,
Yeah, I want to read it.
and he was so wise and just knew what to do at every stumbling block he had.
I find it mad that he won an Oscar.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Like,
And
out of the blue.
I was listening to a podcast about Kobe Bryant after he died, and they said in it that he would just you'd just get a text from Kobe, like Steven Spielberg or George Lucas or like actors.
Mm-hmm.
You'd just get a text from Kobe Bryant, asking, "Hey, it's Kobe. I need a hand," and then they'd talk, and Kobe would learn from them.
Yeah, it's that sort of strive to, like, the desire to learn with everything you do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, like he learned so much from Michael Jordan, and then he took
Mhm.
that and made his own thing with it.
Yeah, I think we could probably just do an episode dedicated to Kobe.
Probably, yeah.
We probably should.
All right, what's next?
Oh, I locked my phone. I think games. We could leave films to the end
Yeah, okay.
and just slowly build up.
Yeah. Games. How many games?
So, I said a couple. We could do three.
Okay.
3 games.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Are they the 2 you take?
Oh no, not the
first two.
just Red Dead
Alright.
Redemption 2.
Okay. Yeah.
I just meant to specify.
That's strong.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite game,
Mhm.
just because I'm a big fan of like the open world type games, and
Yeah.
I think Red Dead the graphics are incredible, and just the storyline. I feel like I could connect with everyone. It's like
Yeah, and
it's like a movie, but in a good way. Because a lot of the time, if there's too much sort of
Yeah.
movie like elements, then it becomes it feels like you're not playing it. But there's loads of places to like free roam.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be my first pick.
I think that's a strong choice. I was gonna pick Red Dead
Yeah.
too, but I think I'll take Far Cry. No, I won't. Take Fallout 4,
Yeah.
and just for the same reason as you said for Red Dead, because it's like a movie, but also the world's just so vast, because it's set in I think all of Massachusetts. So like you can just walk from Salem to Boston in the game, and it was so odd.
That's cool.
And there's so much to explore as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My second one, I've got like 2 or 3 that I'm between, but I'll choose. I've got my honourable mention and I've got this that I'm between, but I'll choose GTA 5.
Yeah.
I prefer my honourable mention is Skyrim. I prefer Skyrim, but I feel like there's more to do with GTA 5 after you've completed the game. Like I feel like you can just keep going in GTA like forever just doing stuff. But I prefer Skyrim as a game, but if I was to have to take a couple of games for the rest of my life, I'd take GTA.
Yeah. For my second one, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think maybe Madden 20, just so I could get good at it. So I could learn how to play the game, because I've just got it.
Yeah.
And I played a couple of games, and I only have a very basic understanding of American football.
Yeah.
I know that you get to score touchdowns, and that's it. That's where my American football knowledge starts and ends. And I know the Jacksonville Jaguars are a team, but that's just from a good place. So I'd take that so I could learn it and become the ultimate Madden player.
Fair. I think
Yeah.
for my last one, I'd be between FIFA and 2K, but I'd choose 2K. Just because
Yeah,
I feel like
that's
I've got
fair.
two of these big, like, really extensive games,
Hmm.
and then I just want one where
Yeah.
I can switch my mind off and just play endless games.
Yeah.
Like because I wouldn't, like I think I'd pick 2K just because I prefer basketball to football,
Hmm.
and I feel like I could just like 2K is just playing basketball, but I've played it consistently since it's been released. Like I haven't
Yeah.
really got bored of it apart from a couple of times, but I've always come back to
Hmm.
it. So I feel like that'd be a good game to take with me, just
Yeah, and you
because
can just
just waste
hours of your
hours.
time
Yeah, exactly.
doing rebuilds. Yeah.
Yeah, I spend so much of my time just rebuilding terrible teams on 2K.
Yeah. I did a I started a rebuild and then I deleted it by accident. Where I took all the players. Well, I tried to take all the players that Flight Reacts mispronounces and make an entire roster with that. But then I did a fantasy draft and got Antetokounmpo first pick, and I was like, "Yep, let's do it." But then I deleted it, so I had to do it again.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I'm not too sure for my third one. I think it'll be a Call of Duty game.
Mhm.
Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is my favorite Call of Duty game.
Yeah.
Just because I spent so much time with the campaign. Because it's such a fun campaign to do, because it switches from the 80s to the future,
That sounds fun.
and it's just really fun.
I've never
And
properly played a Call of Duty game. I've played it at other people's
yeah,
like houses, but I've never actually had one myself. But
yeah,
yeah, I wanna
no,
I wanna try it.
Black Ops 2 is really good,
Mhm.
and as well because the villain's so well written.
Yeah.
And I think my honourable mention will be Far Cry 3,
Okay.
because I replayed it after I watched Pirates Nichols' massive video about it,
Mhm.
and it's a mess, but it's a mess that I love to play.
Yeah.
And Vass is one of the best villains in any video game I've ever played.
Yeah. I need to try it.
Yeah,
Same with Fallout. I've never
it's good.
played.
Fallout 4 is incredible.
Yeah, I've wanted to get it for ages.
I've never actually completed it.
Yeah.
I played it consistently since it came out, and I just downloaded mods or got stuck on a mission and then just started roaming about.
Yeah.
But it's great because you can just go around all of Massachusetts from like the second mission,
Yeah. Yeah, that does sound fun.
and then yeah,
Are-
and as well the music in it is incredible.
Mhm.
Most of my playlists consist of the Fallout soundtrack.
All right, next.
So now TV series.
Ooh. How many? 2?
2.
I don't watch enough
yeah.
TV to do more.
Yeah.
I feel like I know what to take. I don't watch enough
Yeah.
TV, but my number one would be The Office.
Yeah.
I only really
Just
watch
'cause
comedy, so I can't really come
Mhm.
at this from a very good perspective. But The Office
Yeah.
is just hilarious, and there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's rewatchable, and I
Mhm.
could dip into
I think
any episode and get enjoyment out of it at any time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine would be my first one would be New Girl, because I've binged it in like a week
Yeah.
at during the middle of how long this lockdown's been going on for, and I've not been able to stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because on a very spiritual level, I feel like Nick Miller in it, and if I was stuck on a desert island, then I'd be able to learn all his mannerisms and become Nick Miller.
Yeah.
And as well the will they won't they arc is really well done,
Yeah.
and it's not, just like Friends, where it's like, oh, Ross cheated and now they're angry with each other. Oh,
I do like
for
Friends, though.
7
Friends is
seasons.
fun.
I hate half of the characters.
I don't like some of
I
them.
can't stand the rest of them most of the time.
I love Chandler. Chandler's funny.
Yeah, Chandler's
Chandler's the best. Easily.
But then I watched Gus Johnson's sketch about Chandler
Oh yeah,
and kind of stopped loving him.
yeah. It kind of sort of sees through his character
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
My second
Um,
TV show. I would like to say that I'm definitely forgetting about some TV shows that I love, but
yeah.
I'm gonna say Parks and Rec. It's
Okay.
it's pretty similar to The Office, and it's
Yeah.
created by the same people.
Yeah. But instead of being in an office,
It's in the
they're
government.
yeah.
So unique,
Yeah.
but it's so good.
But yeah.
It's like I watched it before The Office,
Hmm.
so I've watched it like 2 or 3 times. So it's sort of got it's another thing
Yeah.
that's got like a special place in my heart. But it's so good. The first season's a bit ropey, but it's
Yeah.
after that they sort of sort out all the characters, and they become like actually likable. And it's definitely
Yeah.
the difference between it in The Office is that it's a lot more sort of like the Office is a lot more sort of I don't know how to explain it, but you see a lot more bad stuff about the characters. But in the Parks and Rec, without um really any sort of exception, all of the main cast are just all like really great people, and you just like
Yeah.
watching them because you want them to succeed, which I actually really
Yeah.
liked. There's obviously
Mm.
conflict, but like in the end, you just love all the cast and all the characters.
Yeah. I don't. The one thing I don't like about Parks and Rec is they don't like. Oh, what's his name? I can't even remember his name, and I'm complaining about how they don't like him.
What is he like?
Jerry.
Oh no, I love Jerry.
Yeah, I don't like that they disrespect him. He's
I know I
amazing.
don't like that they disrespect him, but I think it's so funny that they
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good, but I just because this guy is such a good actor.
He was in Brooklyn
And I've
Nine-Nine
watched
as well.
seasons. Yeah, he played the Florida sheriff.
He played the was he not like the homophobic or racist or whatever
Yeah.
Florida sheriff, which was just such a weird thing to watch because it's Jerry.
Yeah.
Like you're just watching
Just
Jerry be homophobic.
the sweet old man that is an incredible artist that works for the government.
And I didn't feel
And he's
right.
homophobic. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, one of his quotes is like, "I love kissing between a man and a woman, but not two men,"
Oh.
or something. I think I've butchered that. I
Maybe
don't
it
think
doesn't
that's
matter.
any of it.
All right, what's your second one?
My second one, I'm not too sure. I think, just based on the sheer amount of episodes I'd have, would be the SpongeBob SquarePants. I
Oh
think.
yeah, SpongeBob's so good.
I was torn between The Simpsons.
I thought you were
and
gonna say The
SpongeBob.
Simpsons.
You know, because that's like most of humanity. There's been Simpsons episodes.
Yeah,
But I just prefer SpongeBob.
yeah. I feel like
Maybe I'm a child.
after a certain point, the Simpsons episodes get really ropey.
Yeah.
Like there's a golden period, but then after
Yeah,
that,
and then
it just feels a bit
became
forced.
repetitive. Yeah.
Like I feel like they have to because they feel like they have to keep getting more and more sort of extra with the like
Mhm.
where they go to get jokes, that it makes it all feel a lot more like
Yeah.
inexcusable. Like I really I like I feel like Homer's lost a lot of his charm. That's just my
'Cause he used
opinion.
to just be
He used to just be an
a
idiot,
sweet-
a sweet idiot, but now he's just
a sweet idiot.
a bad
abusive
person.
moron.
Yeah.
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 But my honourable mention would be the 1960s Spider-Man cartoon,
Oh.
because it's just it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like the animation is horrific,
Yeah.
but it's amazing at the same time.
My honourable mention.
got a few-
Oh yeah, Karen.
I got a few DVDs of it.
Yeah.
Like a what am I trying to say? A charity shop.
Mhm.
That's it. That's what I was trying to say. And I watched them, and the animation's horrific, but I love it because the voice acting is so stilted. Like Spider-Man doesn't talk like a a teenager. He talks like a 40-year-old man
Yeah.
on the radio. It's amazing.
Mhm. For my honorable mention, I would put probably off the top of my head, I'd put Father Ted. It's it's not super. It's not
Yeah.
got that many episodes, but it's a comedy. It's an Irish comedy. About
Yeah.
a priest. I like a couple of priests, and it's
Mhm.
honestly it might be the funniest show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it's just hysterical. All the characters just go so well together. I think if you haven't seen it, you've got to.
Yeah.
It's got like there's Father
I think-
Ted, who's like the main guy, and then there's I can't remember the other guy's name. Father, like Dougal or something. Who's just such an idiot.
Okay.
And then I think it's like Father Jack, who's like an alcoholic who can't talk.
Oh.
I might have got the names
Wow.
wrong, but it's like
Yeah.
it's just like the funniest combination of people and like the funniest situations that they get themselves into.
Yeah.
It's a really like smart comedy. It's really good. I definitely recommend it.
Okay.
All right, what's next?
Now it's the last category, which is 5 movies you take. Oh.
See, we've got to think about.
I-
It's not just my 5 favorite films. It's movies that I could rewatch.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing my favorite films.
Neither
I'm
am I.
doing
I couldn't.
Films I love rewatching,
Mm.
or films I haven't watched that the Desert Island would force me to watch.
Yeah, actually, films
I
that you
think-
haven't watched. Hmm.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll just take ones that I have watched to make it easier for me.
Okay. I'm gonna do 1 I've not watched and then 4 I've watched.
Okay, let's see your first.
Okay. Oh, the one I've not watched is The Godfather, just because
Yeah,
I need to watch it as a film reviewer,
I
but I've not.
I just got it on DVD, last week,
Yeah.
so I hope I can watch it soon.
It's been on Now TV for months, and I've been scrolling through it, and I've seen it, and I'm like, yeah, I could watch it, but then I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Because we had to study the first scene
Hmm.
in English, when in 5th year.
Yeah,
So last
2 years ago. Well,
2 years ago.
like a year and a half.
2 years ago. Yeah. And I just got sick of it because I answered all the questions and I passed the unit
Yeah.
or whatever, and then the rest of the class had to watch it over and over again, and I was just sick of it by the end of the period. And then we came back the next week, and she was like, well, some of you haven't actually passed this, so we're gonna have to do it
Oh.
again. And
That's the same reason why I
It's just
can't
the
watch
same-
Jaws the same way anymore. Because I
Yeah.
took a media studies unit for 1 term,
Mhm.
like 4 years ago, and I hated it
Yeah.
just because the way the class was structured was so boring. Like it was just telling you about camera angles, and I was like, well, yeah, it's kind of obvious when they tell you what it is. They don't need to tell you the same thing every week.
Yeah.
And then we got shown the same scene from Jaws, about
Yeah.
over and over again for like 4 straight weeks. And I've never
Yeah.
watched Jaws since because I just I don't know. I don't want to go back to it. I probably will, and it probably won't affect me. But just like I just hate it.
Yeah.
I dropped media studies after we did that. I took PE
Oh.
instead.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, we watched Jaws in my media class, and I had never seen it before.
Mhm.
And I got into it quite late because I think I took HE,
Yeah.
which is home economics for anyone
Yeah.
wondering. And then I realised none of my friends were in the class, so I was like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I need to go watch films.
Yeah.
Like twice a week, and then did that.
Mm. All right.
But we watched a few very odd films. Oh, actually, one of my other films on this list is one we watched in media, so that's fun.
What is it?
Sorry, Some Like It Hot.
Oh. Oh, that's
Yeah,
such a good
I didn't
film.
like it when we watched it in media,
We watched it in
just
English.
because I was, yeah,
Yeah.
we were watching it, and I was just like, oh, it's just a boring black and white film. Oh, look at that, men are dressed up like women. How wacky! How funny is that? And then I watched it again, and I was like, this is actually the best comedy I've
It's
ever
literally
seen.
one of the best comedies of all time.
Yeah.
I watched another Billy Wilder film, Sunset Boulevard, last night, and it was so good. He's just really good.
Okay.
That wouldn't be one of my films, but it was great.
Yeah.
Um,
So I've done I've done two of my
All right,
films.
so
You
I'll
do
do two.
and then we'll even out.
The Shining. I think that would
Okay.
be one.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
it 2 times or 3 times, and it used to be my favorite film. And I feel like I feel like I could rewatch it a lot,
Yeah.
just because I still got that sense of like creepiness every time I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I
Yeah.
watched it was with like a bunch of my friends. I don't know if you were there. I can't
I
remember.
was.
Yeah, you
'Cause
were.
that was the first time I'd ever seen it.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's yeah, that it's my favorite horror movie of all time,
Yeah.
and I definitely take that. But I don't want to take another horror movie because I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be scared.
Mm-hmm.
I
No, because I watched it and then because we were all chatting for him to kill the son.
yeah. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh.
And then I waited for like 5 minutes for him to say, "Here's Johnny," and then I missed it because I was probably just making a joke.
Well, that was a fun night though. Yeah.
That was, and I think I might have missed the bus and then had to
Yeah,
wait
you did.
outside.
I remember that.
Yeah, I miss those movie nights because we kind of peaked at The Shining and then watched Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods was pretty good,
The next time.
our plan
Yeah.
originally was to watch like great films,
Classics. Yeah.
and then we watched Cabin in the Woods, which is good, but then we didn't watch one again. I think.
Yeah, did we stop it after that?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we need to make that group chat alive.
Yeah,
again
we do.
Once the lockdown's over.
I know.
And we can go see the boys.
Oh, all right, another film, Raging Bull.
Yeah.
I watched it for the
that's a
first time
strong
2 weeks ago, and
Mhm.
I've had the urge to rewatch it ever since.
one. Yeah.
It's just honestly one of the best experiences I've had watching a film.
Mhm.
It's honestly so good. Like everything about it is
Yeah.
perfect. It's one of the few movies that right now I'd give a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I've only watched it once, but I know that I could rewatch it so many times.
Yeah.
It's one of them kind of films. And Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite directors, and especially when he works with Robert De Niro, who is
Yeah.
my second favorite actor.
Okay.
Y-
Well, now that we're in the theme of De Niro and Scorsese, little poster, Taxi Driver.
Ooh,
I would take that with me.
I was
because
thinking
that's
about
my-
it.
That's my favourite film, which probably shows that I don't watch enough films.
No, it's up there for me.
But-
It's definitely like one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah, because my favourite film was Spider-Man 2 for the longest time, and then I was just sat in bed and I was like, you know what, this Scorsese guy, apparently he's good.
Yeah.
How good can Taxi Driver really be? And then my whole world was just
Yeah.
destroyed after I watched it.
I think you told me to watch it, didn't you? Because I
did,
watched it a couple of
yeah.
days after you, and I felt the same. It was brilliant. I need to watch it again,
And I was-
actually.
Yeah, I watched it again a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've done a lot a few weeks ago. I've not done anything in the few weeks from a few weeks ago to now,
Oh well.
but I've done a lot a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Taxi Driver. I was close to putting it because I was looking because I've got the poster
Yeah.
right there, and I was thinking, could I? But then I thought that you might, so I didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, another one for me. Ah. I think I would take Toy Story. I
Okay.
love Toy Story. It's another one of those childhood films for me, but it's also
Mhm.
just like an amazing film.
Yeah.
I grew up with it, so like I feel like it's the sort of film I've watched it so many times that I feel like I could watch it so many more times and still feel the same level of like
Yeah.
nostalgia towards it. It's not even just nostalgia; it's just a great film,
Yeah.
and I want something
Even-
more
even
lighthearted.
now-
Yeah.
Even now when I watch it, I get really scared that that Andy's gonna get away and Woody and Buzz won't make it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of celebrate when they finally do make it.
Also, Sid's house is literally still creepy.
Oh God, it is so creepy.
When all those like weird toys crawl out, I still get scared by that.
I know. Yeah.
Also, I could cry at
Um,
every Toy Story film. Easily.
Yeah.
I cried in the cinema so
The-
much when I saw Toy Story 4.
Yeah. The scene where when Somebody Loved Me plays and we're going through Jesse's
Oh.
backstory, it's just
I think
I might cry now.
Toy Story 2 is the best Toy Story film, but I take Toy Story
Yeah.
1. But I think that's the best one.
Toy Story 3 made me cry the most.
Yeah,
Toy Story 2 is the best.
Toy Story 1 is the
but Toy Story
classic.
is my favourite.
Yeah, same with
Yeah.
me. Same with me. I
Mm.
all three of the original ones are three of my favorite films.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good. All right, what's
Yeah.
your third
My third.
or fourth? Wait.
Oh yeah, it's
Fourth,
fourth. Yeah. I think just because you made me think about animated films, I would take Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, my TV started shaking. Fantastic Mr. Fox, because it's my favourite Wes Anderson film, and it's my favourite animated film,
Mhm.
and it's probably, I've not seen Isle of Dogs, but it's probably the best stop motion film,
Yeah.
and I just love it so much
Yeah.
because it's hilarious.
I saw it so long ago.
And
I don't think I've seen it since it
Yeah.
came out in the cinema, but I loved it.
I watched it. It was on. We were watching it on TV when I was younger, and I didn't like it. I was like, "Oh, what's this? The animation looks ugly.
Yeah.
Why do they all look like clay? They don't look like foxes and badgers." And then I watched it a few months ago, and it just became one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
Sorry, my TV keeps on shaking. I'm really paranoid that it'll break. But yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm certain I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you did.
I think, was that maybe our first 10 out of 10?
I think so, because I didn't give that many. Oh no, mate, if that was before or after Casablanca. I can't remember.
I'll have a look now.
Yeah.
I asked the question and then immediately went on to check. Oh yeah, it was Fantastic Mr. Fox that was a 10, and then Casablanca a 10.
Yeah. All right.
And then 3 reviews later, 9.5, which is pretty much a 10.
Yeah.
But because we can't give out too many 10 out
We
of 10s,
gotta spare them.
we got to scale it down a
Yeah.
little bit.
All right.
I might be really edgy and give something a 9.9 out of 10 soon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My next one would be Back to the Future.
Oh.
It's one of my favorite films, and it's the sort of film that you can rewatch so many times.
Yeah.
A lot of the films that I give a 10 aren't gonna make it, just because I feel like they're masterpieces. But like a lot of them are more of a tough watch. But Back to the Future I could go into at any point, and I could just love it. It's my favorite blockbuster,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, just because
Okay.
it's such a great story, and I love everything about it.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I think I would definitely
Okay.
put that. All right, your last one.
I'm torn with my last one.
Make one of them an honourable mention.
Honourable mention. I don't know. I think honourable mention is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh yeah.
Just because I can watch it so many times and then it just stops being as funny as it is the other times.
Yeah.
And the fifth film I take would be Bad Poetry Tokyo.
Oh, I've not seen that. What is it?
It's about an actress in her 30s who's past her prime, and she works in a club.
Oh, that sounds quite interesting.
I started watching it this morning and I was just hooked, but I didn't have enough time to finish it. But from the 10 minutes I saw, I know it's going to be one of my favourite films.
Really? You need to do a review of it.
Yeah, I do. And if I can push the boat out to another honourable mention, it would be Booksmart, which is another film I watched this morning.
Oh, that's good.
Or started to, and then I stopped because I didn't have enough time to watch it.
Yeah.
Because I had stuff to do. I had Madden to
That is a good one.
practice.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
My fifth one, I think. Oh, I had it in my head. I feel like an honourable mention would be. I've got two honourable mentions, but for my number 5, I'm going to take Vertigo.
Okay.
I've seen it twice or 3 times, and it's just got so many like twists and really inventive stuff about it that
Yeah.
it's I could rewatch it so many times. Actually, the last time I watched it, I forgot about one of the twists. So I was stunned because I was like, I do not remember this happening.
Yeah.
Because I watched it a while ago for the first time, and then I rewatched it with Lucy
Yeah.
a few months ago. And I think it's like 6 months ago now. But I remember we were just sitting watching it, and I remembered one of the twists. So when that happened, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's such a good twist, but I remembered it was happening. And then,
Yeah.
like, near the end, I was like, whoa, wait, hang on, I don't remember this. I completely forgot, and then I was just as mind blown the second time. And I just think it's got James Stewart, which is always a win for me,
Yeah.
and Alfred Hitchcock's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just amazing. My honorable mentions would be,
Yeah.
in a similar vein, Rear Window, which is another James Stewart Alfred Hitchcock one.
Yeah.
I've watched that same amount of times,
That's
I think.
a very strong
They're
one.
pretty much like neck and neck. And then I'd also think about
Yeah.
Casablanca, because I watched it once and I haven't watched it again, and I really want to, just because it's when I first watched it, I thought that, like, story wise it was one of the best films I'd ever seen. It is one of the best films I've ever seen, but story wise it was really up there. All right, so that's
I had a couple more honourable mentions, but I think that's just far too many.
yeah, maybe. All
Um,
right, should we?
so that's our
That's our Desert Island
Desert
discs.
Island discs. So if you ever want to maroon us on an island, make sure they're separate, and make sure there's an Xbox and a TV so we can.
Yeah.
Oh, and something to play music on, and enough light so we can read books.
Yeah, if anyone wants to
No.
maroon us on a desert island, please mail all of the items that we've listed today
Yeah.
to keep us company.
Yeah, that'd be
Great.
lovely.
Thank you very much.
That'd be very helpful.
Right.
Because I don't think I could cope just with nothing.
Yeah, maybe not. Okay, should we have a couple of questions, because we're getting pretty near
Yeah.
an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, and we only have like we have a certain amount of minutes we have on SoundCloud before I have to pay for it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we have one from Snapchat, which is: do you find psychological horror scarier than slasher/gorefest?
Yes, 100%.
Give examples. 100%. Yeah.
100%. Gorefest don't do it for me. I don't find gore
No,
scary. I just find it.
You expect it.
Yeah, and like.
I think it's rank as well.
Yeah, it's
Like,
just
the
it
amount
just
of-
grosses me out. It doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when I'm thinking about like slasher films, I watched Halloween. It didn't scare me at all. I just wasn't fussed by it,
Yeah.
which is maybe a bit controversial because it's like a classic horror film. But I just didn't get scared by it.
Mhm.
But then stuff like
Yeah.
it's the whole thing where it's like it's more scary when you don't see the subject of like your
Yeah.
fear, like when you don't see what it is, because if you don't see it, then you imagine the worst thing in your mind,
Mhm.
and if you do see it, then that thing that you're imagining could be a lot less scary than you thought it would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a movie that does show the monster and does it quite well is A Quiet Place up until the end of it.
Yeah, I think I
'Cause
don't find
you
it that
see
scary. I
you
just
see it
think
very
it's really
quickly.
good. That's
Yeah, and it was really tense. Like the third act
Yeah.
is really tense.
I think the
Up until Emily Blunt shoots an alien in the face.
I think the perfect example of a psychological horror that really got me, and I'm not gonna go into detail about this because I talked about it in the last podcast, is Repulsion.
Okay.
Just because it's the perfect example for me of a psychological horror that really got me. And then you've got,
Yeah.
I think Ari Aster does a really good job of that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna watch
like Midsummer.
Hereditary and
Hereditary is
Midsommar
amazing.
soon.
Midsummer
Yeah.
is just
I just need to find the
weird.
I just need to find the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd
Because
be my
of
main
the-
examples.
Although I am gonna say, we discussed it briefly, but what a slasher that kind of got me was Cabin in the Woods, just because it satirizes all the tropes of
Yeah,
slasher films,
But-
but at the same time it's quite scary.
yeah, it was really good.
And it's a lot more deep than the usual, like, oh, there's a bad man coming to stab everyone.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, the bad man coming to stab everyone thing was what switched me off Halloween.
Yeah.
It just didn't do it for me, really.
Mm.
I don't know why. I just wasn't scared by it.
Yeah.
Alright, should we have another question?
Yes, I have another good one from the same person on Snapchat who won't get a shout out because I wasn't allowed to put my own Instagram in our descriptions. So, if there was a film of your life, who would play you?
Have you got an answer?
I do, because I've talked about him
I think I know who it's going to be.
earlier on. It's not Andy Samberg.
No, I know.
And it's not Adam Sandler.
Is it the one from New Girl?
It would be, it would be Jake Johnson.
Yeah.
Just because, I've not really lived a very exciting life, and he isn't particularly an exciting actor. But I think we've got a very similar like joke delivery because it's very sarcastic, and you know, the beard, and he's usually got one.
Is that how
don't
deep
know.
we're going with this?
That's yeah. Well, no, it's just I don't know. He's very funny, and I make jokes sometimes. I think that's about as deep as I can get. I would say John Krasinski, but I'm not quite chiseled enough yet.
Yeah, same with me.
Maybe Rainn Wilson, if the double chin keeps going
I
the way it is.
I don't know for me. There's a few in my mind. I think I'll say, the lead from Me and Her on the Dying Girl, Thomas Mann.
Yeah.
I thought he was really good, and he just felt like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when I think of actors, I feel like he'd do the best job of portraying me.
Yeah.
Because I think about like, oh, I'd love to get this guy to play me and this guy to play me, but I just don't think they're like me at all.
Yeah.
And I think he could pass off as a lookalike of me, even though we don't look that similar. But he's got like the hair, kind of.
Yeah.
And he's got like the sort of, I don't know, I don't know if there's so many similarities, but I feel like he'd do a good job of.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a picture of Jake Johnson, and then hopefully the camera will pick it up. Jake Johnson, there we go. Because when I've got more hair than I do at the moment, I think it's kind of similar. Oh, is that gonna?
Just hold it in closer enough focus.
Yeah. Oh.
There he is.
There.
Kind of.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of only growing the beard so I could look like Nick from New Girl. So.
Alright, one more question and then we'll
Okay.
do our conclusion.
Okay. I'm going back onto films. No, not films. Questions from last week, but I'll check the recent ones. Although I think I used most of them earlier on. Oh, since you both like the Beatles, what are your thoughts on the films Nowhere Boy and Yesterday?
I've not seen No More Boy, but
Okay,
I enjoyed
I've
Yesterday.
I've seen both of them.
Alright, what do you think
Yeah.
about Nowhere Boy? Because I haven't seen it.
I think Nowhere Boy is amazing. It's just because it's about John Lennon's life from like school to just where the Beatles were about to get big before they went to Germany.
Yeah.
And it's incredible at showing how hard his life was in such a small chunk of time.
Yeah.
And it shows how he met Paul McCartney and how he formed the Quarrymen.
Mm. I feel like it sounds like something that really interests me, just I've never gotten round to it.
Yeah. I think it's on Prime Video, I think.
I need to watch it. I'll get round to it.
Yeah.
Yesterday though. I really enjoyed Yesterday.
I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but that was because when I saw it for the first time, I was there with my mum and she didn't like it, and then she convinced me to not like it.
I think I'm the same, but it's just because I
we
relaxed into it the second time.
Yeah, we rewatched it with our friends, and I was a lot more open to it.
I feel like the first time I watched it, I didn't know what to expect, and I was a bit disappointed just by some things. There were some things that bugged me, but then the second time I watched it, I relaxed into it, and I knew what I was expecting, and then I could just relax and enjoy the film.
And one of the main reasons I enjoyed it the second time was because Lily James is incredible. And I'll speak no more on that topic.
What would you give it out of 10?
I'd say maybe a 7.
I was going to say 7.
But like a positive 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the soundtrack does help it a lot.
It is the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I don't know.
I thought it was just really
Maybe
good fun.
7.25 maybe. At a push.
I think I'd be about the same, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, do you have time for one more, or shall we...
I think... Oh, we don't have any more questions from the last thing. So I'll go on to...
Alright, this is the last question.
Oh, actually, I've got an existential question, I think.
Okay.
I think that's the word. But it's not to do with films, it's to do with us. And because the homies listening are still trying to get to know us, this will help. And I can't find the person that sent me it, so this is fun. There we go. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Where do you see yourself in 15 years?
Oh.
Yeah. Is that an existential one? Did I use that word correctly?
Kind of. Maybe.
Okay. Because it had me freaking out a bit.
Are we saying idealistically or realistically?
I think we could do both maybe.
Idealistically, how old would we be? Like, wait, is it how many years is it?
15.
So we'd be like 33.
Yeah. You'd be 32, I'd be 33.
Yeah, but I'd just be about to turn
That's
33.
spooky. Yeah, I know, but I just want to look cool.
Okay.
on the podcast, Sam.
Okay.
I'm the cool one. You're the smart one. That's how this works.
Ideally, this is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But ideally, I would be the up and coming new director that's making waves in the Hollywood world.
Yeah.
I'd be the non-horror version of Ari Aster, and I'd be fresh out of Pit and Weem, putting us on the map. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's not going to happen though.
Okay, what's your realistic one then?
Realistically, if all goes well, I will make low budget films that maybe get a bit that maybe people will like to watch in some festivals and stuff, and as a job that pays the bills, I would be a film critic because that's what I'm doing in uni, so I really hope I make it. What about you?
Okay, I think idealistically, because I've not quite decided what route I want to take, so I'll either be a radio presenter, or I'll have a pretty successful podcast.
This podcast.
Fingers crossed. But as well, I keep going back to writing films and hopefully directing them.
Yeah.
But with writing, I do want to eventually do stand up, because as much as I can say I like films and I like writing and then directing them, I've watched stand up comedy. Stand up comedy is most of what I watch and most of what I write, and the jokes I write in scripts they probably work better on stand up. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And then realistically, I'll probably just be working in a bar, thinking about
don't say that.
the Scandi Reviews podcast and how good it was before Sam went on to Hollywood.
I could still make time for a
No,
podcast in Hollywood.
Yeah. No, realistically, I'll probably hopefully be working in local radio.
Yeah.
And then do like little stand-up gigs maybe.
Yeah, that'd be
And
a fun
have,
job.
like, scripts that I can sell to my more successful friends to pay the bills that month.
You can sell me a script
And
and
then
I'll make it.
And hopefully the Scandi Boys will be big once we finally release Dip,
Hopefully we'll still be going strong.
which we're teasing. We should review that. when we finally make it.
Oh yeah, review your own film, give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's the new Citizen Kane.
Yeah, it is. Well, Citizen Kane's just the old dip. What you want
Yeah,
to-
exactly.
Yeah. That'll be our magnum opus, and nothing
Will ever compare.
we'll peak at dip. Starting Scandi Reviews, and then the Scandi Reviews podcast, and then dip, and then everything after that. Depression
Aw.
and alcoholism.
So
This has gone very dark.
on
We've
that
gone from talking
positive
about
note.
how dummy thick ET is.
Oh yeah.
To our eventual alcoholism.
On that positive note, I think we'll round it off
We'll
here.
leave it there.
Uh,
That was a door knock. So it's very well timed.
Alright.
Yeah,
thanks everyone for watching.
Remember to subscribe
Subscribe to
and follow
this.
us on SoundCloud,
Yep.
because we have 2 followers on SoundCloud, and I'm pretty sure Sam's one of them.
I am one of them.
So yeah.
But yeah, make sure to follow everything. Follow Scandi Reviews. Follow Scandi Reviews on SoundCloud. Follow Scandi Reviews podcast. Like this. I hope everyone is still here that was here last week, and hopefully there'll be more.
And then next week will be a 4-hour podcast.
Yeah, next week
Just
it is 4
we're
hours.
petty.
Just to spite everyone.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, thanks for watching.
So thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening.
And